So we all have ways to relieve stress, and some of us may have a hobby, something we like to do. Some of us play video games, others we like to go watch a movie, or we like to just spend a day taking a shower or relaxing at home. But others sometimes choose the darker side, which is using a cigarette to relieve their stress, which is a problem. As a college students, we all stress out, and we all have papers due. We all have time. We don't have that much time to get enough sleep, and that adds to that stress. So as I walk around campus, half of the time I see everyone using a cigarette or some type of nicotine-based product to relieve their stress. And according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, each day in the United States, over 3,200 youth use their first cigarette under the age of 18. And out of those 3,200, 2,100 of those kids become daily smokers after their first cigarette. So as a person that has witnessed the toll that cigarettes have taken upon loved ones, I have decided to further research the effects of cigarettes on the body, and display the evil side of smoking. So we must end cigarette usage, because their nicotine-based products only enslave people to making them want to smoke, creating over time harmful effects on their body, and slowly bring them to their death. Today I want to talk about what are the main chemicals in cigarettes. Then I would like to talk about how these chemicals affect our bodies, and finally I would like to talk about different activities and how we can stop cigarette usage. So let's get to the first, what makes up a cigarette. So a cigarette has over 4,000 chemicals, and 43 that we know that cause cancer, but yet they choose to make cigarettes legal. 400 toxins that toxins are very harmful for our bodies. And according to the quitsmokingsupport.com, a website that allows people like us to get to know more about what a cigarette is made out of, they said that one of the main drugs used in cigarettes is nicotine. And apart from that, we also have tar and carbon monoxide, which are very harmful. But nicotine is actually the most dangerous one, and just because it creates that addictive, makes a person addicted to cigarettes. So nicotine, as we know, is highly addictive, and that's what creates that feeling of relief to the user. So what makes it so dangerous is that according to the quitsmokingsupport.com, after you have your first puff from a cigarette, it only takes 6 seconds for the nicotine from your lungs to reach your brain. Once it reaches your brain, you instantly become hooked. So one of the long-term effects of this nicotine and all these other chemicals within a cigarette is that it could lead to cancer. So cancer is a very strong disease, and there's still people who are not affected by this. And the thing about cigarettes is that cigarettes can cause cancer almost anywhere in your body. And according to the AboveTheInfluence.com website, dedicated to help stop youth from smoking, their statistics say that in 40 years, from 1964 and 2004, 12 million deaths have come from smoking. From those 12 millions, 4.1 million from cancer, and 5.5 million from cardiovascular disease, and 1.1 million from respiratory disease. That's a lot, right? And then there's more. And they also state that there's also 94,000 infant deaths from mothers that smoke while they're pregnant. When will it be time that we stop, cigarette usage? When will, in a lot of deaths, make us realize that this is bad, this is something we gotta ban? So now that we know a little bit more about what a cigarette is made out of, I would like to talk about the effects in the body. So, how does the chemicals affect us? So like I was saying in the beginning, nicotine is highly addictive. And the first picture that we see here is basically how nicotine affects our brain. So once the nicotine rises up to our brain, that's when it starts decreasing. When it decreases, it creates craves, which makes you want to buy more cigarettes and smoke some more. It also affects our age. So premature wrinkles are created because it degrades your natural oils and making you look older at a younger age. As well as according to betobaccofree.gov, used to a website used to display like the harmful effects of cigarettes in the body. They state that cancer could be anywhere in the body, and here's a more specific type of cancer, lung cancer, or as well as the degradation of your teeth. So here we see like gingivitis, something that you could cure. However, like when you see these two here, you see the difference from a healthy teeth to like your teeth being all deformed and destroyed by the tar within a cigarette. So now that we have talked a bit more about the effects on us, we could move on to like how can we stop this? What are the solutions to cigarettes? So what can we do as an alternative? So according to WebMD.com, they say that many of the activities that we could use is simple things like writing a journal. So keeping track of, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't smoked for these days, keep motivating yourself. As well as getting motivation by talking to family and friends and distracting yourself, going out with them and spending more quality time with them. As well as taking on simple hobbies like going to the gym, exercise, or yoga and meditating to relieve your stress. So another solution to actual smoking would be to chew carrots. Keep that sensation. Just find something different than rather smoking. You could also chew gum, exercise, and take a shower, listen to music. Simple things that you can find. So now that we have learned this, remember, smoking is bad. Okay, remember Mr. Mackey. So the use of cigarettes is very dangerous and a risky choice. So we want to stop cigarette usage. So today I talked about the what makes up a cigarette, what are the costs. Then I talked about how it affects our body, and finally I talked about the solutions to smoking. Now we can see that stress will always be everywhere. However, it's better to say no and find a healthier way. Thank you.